All right, Joe, it's time for In the News. Generation unemployed. Another class of graduates faces pandemic-scarred future. This is from NPR. Wow. Does anybody want to take just a moment to realize that there's people who get paid full-time to write headlines designed to really scare the you-know-what out of you? Holy moly, I read this headline. What's going on? Another class of graduates faces pandemic-scarred future. Can we just start with that? That's too much. It's ridiculous. If I'm a college graduate or a parent of a college graduate and I read this headline, I'm like, the sky is falling. My kid's going to be homeless. What are we doing here? Everybody take a deep breath. I got to tell you, because this is non-political, I have no problem teeing off on this. This is ridiculous. This is designed to scare you to death. It's not a pandemic-scarred future. Goodness gracious. However, it is a difficult and competitive job market for kids coming out of college. But in no way, shape, or form should this competitive market and this current situation scar their future. All right. Here's the reality. The job market is coming back. We're in the low sixes of unemployment across the country. More than 900,000 jobs are created, with a big boom coming from, struggling sectors like hospitality, tourism, things of that nature. As things are opening up, bars, restaurants, destinations, people are going. Okay, so you're going to see those hourly wage positions and lower wage positions, those are going to come back. However, for students coming out of college that are not, they're looking for that professional job, the unemployment is much higher. Now, it was 27.4%. That was the unemployment rate for college grads in April last year. Of course, it was just like, it was almost like they just went and just shut the thing down, shut the job market down. And now it's 11.1%, but that is significantly higher than the overall unemployment rate of low 6%. So it's higher for those aged 16 to 24. Again, let's break that down so that we don't just go, oh, doom, doom, and gloom. Number one, we're talking about ages 16 and 24. High percentage, certainly the teens, that are working in fast food, restaurants, vacation destinations. So those jobs are slowly coming back, even in the most locked down of states. And there are still several that are just dragging their feet. So what that does for those people is it's just, there's not a lot out there. Okay, now let's look at the college student who's looking to move into the professional sector, salaried positions, if you will, and they're looking to move into professional jobs. What are they facing? Well, because there are older, more experienced workers that have been pushed out of the nest due to COVID, they are competing against people who have more experience. That will eventually cycle itself out, which is why, again, I'm saying this is not some scarred future. This is just the aftermath of a storm. There's going to be some difficulty when a storm comes through and knocks the power out and blows things apart and there's damage. There's just some recovery time. That's where we sit. It's not going to scar your future. It's not going to hold you down the rest of your life. You're in a very competitive situation where, for those of you coming out of college into professional jobs, you are competing against people who have more experience, who've been displaced. And it doesn't mean that big bad corporate America and awful leaders don't like you because you're young and inexperienced. Don't buy that narrative. If you were hiring somebody and you had two people, both great individuals, both talented and smart, but one had a lot more experience than the other, which way are you going to go? So let's just take a deep breath and understand this is the recovery from a storm. There are really, really good signs right now about this job economy. Corporations are looking to hire. The economy's warming up. I think we're going to see a really strong response in the second, third, and fourth quarter of this year, which means companies are going to hire. And now you're going to see that unemployment rate continue to drop. And when it drops, folks, listen, just over a year ago in February of 2020, the unemployment rate was 3.4%. That was historically low. And more important than being historically low, the reality was there were more jobs available than people who were unemployed. And guess what that meant, Joe? That salaries and wages were going up because companies know I got to compete for people. So, folks, we're not that far removed from that. If we're low sixes now and we were at 3.4% then, hey, folks, I got to tell you something. I'm not a news organization. I'm not an editorial writer, so I don't have to scare the ever-living crap out of you. I get to tell you the truth, and I'm telling you, we're in good shape. We're in good shape. So, for young people, is it tougher season right now? Yes. Hang in there. What's my practical advice other than hang in there? Just go get a job or two. If you got a degree in sociology or you got a degree in communications and you had wanted to go into publicity or whatever, and you can't get that or you're struggling, don't quit looking, number one. Keep going after it. Number two, instead of sitting at home and being miserable and depressed and all the things, which I understand, get out and work. Deliver pizzas, drive Uber. Go work somewhere with your hands and serve people, love on people, and make a good hourly wage. Save some money. Start paying off that student loan debt. Get some momentum in your life while you're continuing to look. And then the opportunity is going to pop. But don't just sit around going, woe is me, I can't get a job in my degree. Well, I'm going to tell you something. If that's what you are thinking about, and you just think, well, I was busy today, Ken. I sent 150 resumes out on LinkedIn. Yeah, that's like me going, hey, well, I come in the house tonight. My wife goes, how'd your day go? Stacy, it was fantastic. You're not going to believe this. I went out on 65 and spit in the wind. It was great. That's what 150 resumes on LinkedIn is doing. You might as well go spit into the wind. Oh, nothing happened. Yeah, I know. That's why I wrote the Proximity Principle. Go get the book. Go get the resume guide, the interview guide, the follow-up guide at kencoleman.com. Get active. Do something. Don't accept your situation as a sentence. I said that earlier in the show. It's your situation. Don't get down. Get busy. Don't get discouraged. Get determined. It's going to be okay. And parents of young people, why don't you tell them what I just said? Go hit the rewind button, write it all down, and claim it as your own. I don't care. It's going to be okay. The sun's coming up.